I thought a good place to start would be one of the topics that we were going back and forth about, which is like why people seek out a professional when it comes to BDSM, and like why people seek out a dominatrix. So when you're taking on new clients, what are some of the most common instincts or common, I don't know what the right word to say is, common, I guess like the things people say that compelled them to seek out a dominatrix when you're vetting them? What are some of the most common things that people will tell you?
Well, I think one of the big things that probably makes them seek out a professional over just maybe experimenting in their personal life is finding someone that has the skill set necessary to do the things that they would like done to them. And if you're just asking somebody that you're, involved with in whatever personal way that is, they probably have only the amount of information that you have, which isn't going to give you a lot of confidence that they're going to be able to do it well.
Yeah.
And the big thing about BDSM is trust. And if there isn't trust there, that the person is going to be able to do these things to you safely and sanely, then you're not going to be able to enjoy what's happening or relax into it. So finding out somebody who can actually do these things safely, whether it's bondage, there is tons of issues that can come up when you are doing bondage. Things can go really wrong. And if people aren't skilled in understanding that, it could be very dangerous. And that is true for a lot of things, maybe not so much from a safety standpoint, but just a comfortability standpoint where, hey, I want to try, some anal play or this or that. If someone doesn't know what they're doing, it could be very uncomfortable and be a real negative experience versus seeking a professional where it could be a very, very positive experience. And there is a lot going on in BDSM and kink where safety is a major issue. So,
do you find that there's a lot of people that are entering the industry, but they're not getting the proper training, or maybe they're not being upfront about how much they've been trained, and then people are getting hurt in sessions? Is that a thing that happens a lot?
I have to say, I am constantly so proud of this industry and how much it has changed in the 31 years that I've been in it, because for the first 10, 15 years, there was no code of ethics on what you did, what you said you could do. People were doing stuff with no training, not even trying to figure out how to do it. It was actually really scary and terrible.
That sounds scary. I mean, I'm looking at some of the toys on this wall that, we'll probably go through towards the end of the episode. But if you just handed me one of those belts or one of those masks, just something that I'm either wrapping around someone or putting inside them, and you said, all right, here, you do it, and I have zero training, I'm just like, I'm just going to guess which hole this goes in, and then if it hurts, you tell me to stop. Yeah.
It was a free-for-all. It was really terrible, but there's been such a massive shift. And right now, more than ever before, there are tons of platforms and wonderful people out there. There's a 7 Days of Domination, which does these lectures by very qualified people ranging every kind of topic. There's Baby Dom Boot Camp. There's books. There is so much information out there now. And not only is there information, the younger people who are getting into this industry want it.
Yeah.
They are very respectful of the people who've been in the industry and who have the skill set. I can't tell you how many times I've been contacted because one of my specialties is medical play for lessons. I want to learn this skill. Can you teach me? And it's across the board. So I will say that, and they're also very ethical in expressing their level of skill in a certain area and not saying that they're doing things in general that they can't do. Of course, like any industry, you're going to have your outliers. You're going to have your people who aren't doing it for the right reasons. And that's going to be in any industry. But yeah, the women and the non-binary humans and the men who are practicing this today are really doing it from wanting to be very conscientious about their profession and their craft.